for the final edition of news here on What's Up Caribbean for 2014. Thanks for joining us. Coming up in the headlines, there is no shortage of chicken in Barbados, no cutbacks despite falling oil prices in Trinidad, and the DR approves its first same-sex marriage. In sport, Craig Braffett, man of the match in the second test, West Indies versus South Africa. The details to these and other stories up next. News is being brought to you. Compliments, Caribbean TV.
Turbo charge. Dirty life. Turbo charge. Boom. The fed start. The place mad. One flash of rum. My head gone. Fall in the fed like raindrops. So when I lead, you follow me. Lord. As I reach the fed, I jump it up. Any girl I hold, I walk it on. Don't come and tell me the party done, cause I come in here to play bass. Cause right now me, turbo, boom, charge. Right now me, turbo, charge. Right now me, turbo.
In the news, the Barbados Agriculture Society say they were appalled when a newspaper article appeared in the local media purporting that a local fast food outlet had to be closed because there was a scarcity of chicken. While the Barbados Agriculture Society, the BAS, did not refute claims that the business entity was indeed out of chicken, they refute claims that it was because of a shortage of chicken in Barbados. President of the BAS, Carlisle Braffett, speaking to the media yesterday, said they assured the restaurant that they would have had the necessary products on Monday morning since they wanted to get them to the correct size.
Nobody contacted me as president of the BAS or president of the Egg and Poultry, but yet we heard it through the news. I mean, this isn't the way that we do business. We have to plan, and it takes 13 weeks of taking an egg and putting it into the incubator for 21 days, and then to put it through the normal growing period to get it ready for production to put it on your table. 13 weeks, and therefore any changes, we normally would take that 13-week period, and we have to know it 13 weeks in advance.
That was President of the Barbados Agriculture Society, Carlisle Braffett. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar says although oil prices are falling, government will not be cutting back on any salaries, social and healthcare programs or major projects. The Prime Minister, who was at the time delivering a New Year message at the post-cabinet media conference yesterday in that country, gave the assurance that there will be no cuts to affect the vulnerable and the underprivileged, as well as health sector reform and crime fighting. The preservation of jobs, she stressed, is high on the government's agenda. The 2015 budget has been pegged to a US $80 a barrel oil price. The University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center in Trinidad has confirmed that today at about 3:45 a.m. local time, that an earthquake occurred approximately 73 kilometers southeast of Castries, St. Lucia. According to preliminary results, the event was located 13.86 degrees north and 60.37 degrees west and occurred at a depth of 23 kilometers. It had a magnitude of 3.6. The earthquake was also felt in neighboring St. Vincent. The first same-sex marriage performed by a British consulate in the Caribbean was made official in the Dominican Republic on Tuesday, the British Embassy itself announced via Twitter. The consulate tweeted on the wedding, which isn't recognized by the Dominican law, by saying, "It's the first same-sex wedding between a Brit and a Dominican." At 10:17 a.m., the UK also tweeted its foreign ministry's thanks to the Dominican Republic for approving the British consulate's undertaking in same-sex nuptials. The wedding, detailed in another tweet, will have complete legitimacy under the law. That was a look at news. It came to you compliments Caribbean TV. Don't go away. Up next, a look at sports. In sports, Craig Braffett was named man of the match as West Indies and South Africa played to a rain-affected draw in the second test match, which ended on Tuesday. The patient 22-year-old made 106 at St. George's Park his third Test century in 6 matches, to earn his third Man of the Match award this year. He added a record 176 with Marlon Samuels, who made 101, his 6th Test century. The last day was lost due to rain. The scores: South Africa 417 for 8 declared, West Indies 275 for 9. The coach, Stuart Williams, said he was extremely delighted with the team's fighting spirit in the second match after they lost the first one. He also noted that Brafitt's self-belief set the tone for the team's overall improved performance. Finally, in sports, Wigan chairman Dave Whelan has been banned from football-related activities for 6 weeks over comments he made regarding Jewish and Chinese people. That's according to the Football Association announcement. Whelan accepted an aggravated misconduct charge, and the 78-year-old has also been fined £50,000, warned as to his future conduct, and ordered to undertake a mandatory education program. The Wigan chairman has 7 days in which to appeal or to accept the sanction, which will be suspended until the outcome of any appeal, or would begin immediately if he decides to accept the punishment. That was sports. The sports came to you compliments Fantasy Nails and Beauty Touch, located upstairs Case House, Roebuck Street, Bridgetown, Barbados. Up next, a recap of the headlines.
Turbocharge. Dirty life. Turbocharge. Boom. The fed start. The place mad. One flash of rum. My head gone. Fall in the fed like raindrops. So when I lead, you follow me. Lord, as I reach the fed, I jump it up. Any girl I hold, I walk it on. Don't come and tell me the party done, cause I come in here to play bass. Cause right now me, turbo, boom, charge. Right now me, turbo, charge. Right now me, turbo.
Looking back at the top stories making news, there is no shortage of chicken in Barbados. No cutbacks despite falling oil prices in Trinidad and Tobago. That assurance from the Prime Minister herself. And in the Dominican Republic, they have approved their first same-sex marriage. In sport, Craig Brafitt, man of the match in the second Test, West Indies versus South Africa. On behalf of the entire WhatsApp Caribbean and Caribfire team, our sponsors and all our well-wishers, here's our wish for a blessed, prosperous and safe 2015. Until then, Deanza Roberts.